Let's jump into it. Number 1. Being easily distracted. These days, many people assume that being distracted automatically means someone is unfocused, lazy, or lacking discipline. However, research has shown that for many highly intelligent individuals, distraction often stems from having too many ideas competing for attention at once. Their minds are constantly active, processing thoughts, spotting patterns, and making connections that others might overlook. When the brain naturally links different possibilities and what-ifs, staying locked into just one task can start to feel limiting. That sudden urge to explore a random topic, dive into a new documentary, or test out a fresh idea isn't necessarily a lack of focus, it's curiosity in action. Intelligent people tend to crave mental stimulation and novelty, allowing their thoughts to shift quickly from one subject to another as they pursue deeper understanding or inspiration. This doesn't mean they can't focus. In fact, when something truly captures their interest, they can enter a state of deep flow, a powerful level of concentration where hours pass unnoticed and productivity soars. The difference is that they need work that challenges them and sparks their creativity. On the other hand, when the task at hand feels repetitive, meaningless, or uninspiring, their brain naturally begins searching for more engaging challenges elsewhere. Rather than being a sign of laziness, distraction can actually reveal a mind that's constantly exploring, questioning, and seeking out bigger ideas. For highly intelligent people, curiosity isn't a weakness. It's their greatest strength. Number 2. Changing opinions after learning new information. In today's world, people think being confident means never backing down. But here's the thing. Refusing to change your mind, even when new evidence proves you wrong, isn't confidence. It's stubbornness. Truly intelligent people understand that growth requires flexibility. If they learn something that challenges their beliefs, they adapt. It's not about protecting their ego, it's about following the facts wherever they lead. For example, someone might swear by a particular diet until they read new research showing it's not as healthy as they thought. Instead of digging in and defending the old belief, they adjust. And guess what? People often call them indecisive for it. But the reality is simple. Intelligence isn't about being right all the time. It's about knowing when you're wrong and evolving. Number 3, admitting a lack of knowledge. If you've ever said, "I don't know," in a meeting, classroom, or casual debate, you probably felt that tiny sting of embarrassment because society trains us to fake confidence at all costs. But here's the secret. Saying "I don't know" is actually a power move. Smart people value accuracy over ego. They'd rather admit they're unsure than pretend to understand and risk making bad decisions. In fact, research shows that people who practice intellectual humility, openly recognizing their limits, often perform better than those who fake expertise. But the irony is that pretending to know everything usually leads to costly mistakes. Meanwhile, the ones brave enough to admit a lack of knowledge are the ones who learn faster and make smarter calls in the long run. So next time someone says, "I don't know," maybe they're not clueless. Maybe they're just smarter than they look. Number 4. Overthinking simple situations. Have you ever been asked why you are always overcomplicating things when it's not that deep? If you've ever heard this, you might relate to this one. Intelligent people tend to analyze things deeply, even when the situation seems straightforward to everyone else. That pause before they answer, that's not confusion, that's precision. They're carefully weighing different outcomes, considering hidden variables, and thinking about long-term consequences. To outsiders, this looks like hesitation or paralysis by analysis. But in reality, it's high-level problem-solving. While most people make snap decisions and later regret them, deep thinkers are busy avoiding mistakes before they happen. In the short term, sure, overthinking can make you seem slow. But in the long term, it saves time, energy, and plenty of regret. Number 5. Struggling in social situations. Here's a truth that surprises a lot of people. High intelligence doesn't always come with high social skills. Some of the smartest people in the room are also the quietest, most awkward, or least engaged during small talk. That's not because they're weird, it's because their brains are usually busy juggling bigger, more abstract ideas. Imagine being deep in thought about a business model, scientific theory, or creative solution, and then someone asks you about the weather. Of course, you're going to seem detached or slow to respond. This often leads to unfair judgments. They're called cold because they don't do small talk, or weird because they communicate differently. And sometimes, even dumb, because they don't fit typical social patterns. But research shows many intelligent people experience mind-wandering. They're constantly processing complex thoughts, which can make basic social interaction feel draining. It's not that they can't socialize, they just prioritize depth over surface-level chatter. Number 6. Being bored with popular ideas or trends. When everyone's hyped about the latest viral trend and you're just sitting there uninterested, that's not arrogance. That's often a sign of intelligence. Highly intelligent people tend to crave meaningful conversations and deeper topics. They get more excited discussing psychology, philosophy, and creativity than celebrity drama and TikTok gossip. Psychologists call this the need for cognition, the natural desire to engage in challenging, thought-provoking ideas. Unfortunately, this can make smart people stand out in social groups. While others assume they're too serious, pretentious, or boring, the truth is they're just wired differently. They'd rather spend energy on discussions that stretch their minds, not trends that fade in a week. Number 7. Forgetting simple things. You've probably noticed this before. Someone who can explain quantum physics, solve complex financial models, or think through intricate problems, yet forgets where they left their keys or misses a simple appointment. Many people immediately assume that forgetfulness equals carelessness or a lack of attention, but for highly intelligent individuals, it often signals the opposite. When your brain is constantly occupied with processing big, complex ideas, it naturally filters out details that don't seem immediately important. Psychologists call this cognitive prioritization, the mind allocating mental energy to tackle significant problems while letting trivial day-to-day information slip through the cracks. This doesn't mean intelligent people aren't capable of remembering the small stuff. It simply means their attention is directed toward what feels more pressing or meaningful. So, that friend who forgets birthdays but can break down macroeconomics or solve advanced problems is probably smarter than most people give them credit for. It's a subtle sign of a mind wired to focus on what truly matters. Number 8. Talking to yourself. If you've ever caught yourself speaking out loud while thinking through a problem, you might have worried that it looks strange. However, research shows that self-talk is actually linked to better focus, improved problem-solving, and stronger memory. In most cases, it's actually far from being a sign of confusion. It's often a strategy intelligent people use to organize their thoughts more effectively. By verbalizing their ideas, they're essentially processing information on two levels, thinking internally and hearing it externally. This helps them structure their reasoning, break down complex concepts, and spot solutions they might otherwise miss. It's like having a personal brainstorming session with yourself. While it might look unusual to outsiders, talking to yourself is actually an extra cognitive tool that boosts clarity and decision-making. Instead of signaling scatterbrain behavior, it often reflects a highly active, analytical mind working through challenges in a smarter, faster way. We'll leave it there for today. More of this coming soon, so do consider subscribing.